So before I start today's video, I just want to say that this is a very serious topic, so viewer discretion is advised. I also want to say that this is not meant as a harassment video, it's meant as an awareness video. And do not go harass anybody in this video. So I used to know someone named FloofyVR, and I found out a lot about them that not a lot of people know about, and this has taken a lot of courage to build up to talk about, and there's just a lot to it. So let's just start off from the beginning. So I'm a rec room creator, and that means I make rooms like this. This is not one of my rooms, but I make content for a rec room. I met Floofy very early on whenever I was first starting to build rooms and publish them. And honestly, they were a caring person, and it felt like that they cared a lot about me. But slowly as it started to grow in rec room, they started to notice that and started to manipulate me and one of my partners out of tokens and money. Alright, so basically, the first room that I made that actually started going somewhere was called Survive IKEA 1, or just Survive IKEA. And this room got, visits, it was bringing in weekly income, and I was always excited to open up my boxes and see how much I earned. And this was way before the pending option was in the rec room stats, so I didn't know how much I made that week. And so I was always just excited to open up my box and see how much I got. And usually, typically, these boxes were around 100 to 300k tokens, which is equivalent to about 100 to $300. I'll just put it as that. And my partner was also making the same as me, and Floofy saw this and started to guilt trip and play with feelings to get us to donate to her and basically give her our earnings. And I was 13 at the time, and so was my partner, so we always didn't want her to disapprove of us, and so we always fell for it. We always gave tokens, and my partner ended up giving them around 2.5 to 3 million tokens to them, and I ended up giving them about 1.25 million. I eventually stopped giving Floofy earnings because I realized what was actually happening, and I eventually started saving up and cashing out those tokens. And this did not stop Floofy, and if anything, just gave them more ideas on how to manipulate me. And more ways of them getting me to do stuff for them was coding maps for them, promoting for them. I promoted one of their games, Mr. Beast Squid Game. I also coded one of their maps. It was a League of Legends map, whenever that was big. And they ended up making a lot of tokens from this, and I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure the League of Legends map made somewhere around $1,000 to $2,000 worth of tokens. And I think I don't know much about the Mr. Beast Squid Game and how much they made, but I'm just gonna say they made probably close to 1,000,000 tokens off of it. And I never saw a single penny of those tokens. I ended up just stopped doing all of this for them. I stopped modding maps for them. I stopped coding. I stopped, promoting maps for them. I stopped building with them. And honestly, I just ended up not talking to them at all. And this is where I started to hang out with other people and make more friends. And I really just they started pointing out how I was being manipulated. And so I unfriended them, and I haven't talked to them since. Alright, to start off this next part, I do want to talk about situations that involve pedophilia. I have a lot of evidence that goes against Floofy and them being in relationships with minors that were under the age of 16. And all of the minors that were involved in this situation were under the age of 16 at the time. And I have a lot to talk about in this part, and so we're just going to start. So basically, I have one friend that I still talk to. He goes by the name of LShides, and he was actually groomed by Floofy. And whenever you look at all these pictures and chat logs from Discord, they are very weird, and you can tell that LShides was not participating in this kind of behavior, and he just kind of looked uncomfortable. He never sat here and wanted to participate in the messages. He just kind of brushed it off. Hey, future me editing here, and I just came on here to like explain further with these images and also talk about why it's from a deleted user. The reason it's from a deleted user is because whenever LShides like recovered these photos from Discord, the account was deleted like because Floofy deleted the account, and there's also some images I'm not including in here because they need to be censored, and they not only drew pornography of themselves, but they also sent it to LShides. They also sent nudes and, you know, a lot of lewd pictures of themselves that I'm not going to be including in this video. I will include one that has been censored, but other than that, I can't really show any of these. But yeah, that's all.
Hey guys, future editing Shides here. Sorry to interrupt again, but I just wanted to come on here to clarify a few things that weren't best clarified by Yetums, or just seal a few gaps in the video that are right here. So yeah. So number one, if I am remembering right, this was like 2 years ago, around 2021 of December. Floofy deleted that account originally because they wanted to get rid of some friends or get away from some people, I'm pretty sure. But basically, they sent a message to people that was like, oh, hey, I'm going to be deleting this account. You can add me on here. And if I have the screenshot, I'll go get it. But that's basically the reason why they deleted their account. Another thing I wanted to clarify is that in some of the screenshots, the text looked empty. And I'm going to clarify why that is. So a while ago, basically, I was with one of my friends, Skio, and not to throw you under the bus there if you're watching, but I went through my messages. They were like one of the first people I told about this, and I went through and deleted some. Completely bad on my end, but most of the messages were kind of weird to admit, me sort of agreeing to Floofy, not like in a sense that I was still enjoying it, but in a sense that like I was kind of being forced into the position to do it. But in that position, I deleted mostly those messages. My bad, but yeah, definitely my bad. Sorry. So in this position, basically, I don't have much room to talk here because Floofy deleted quite a few of their messages too. One of them I remember was this really weird screenshot of fucking extreme camel toe of them for some reason. If you know what that means, I'm not gonna say it here. If you don't know, Google it. But anyways, basically that's mostly what I wanted to come on here and talk about. So yeah, bye.
Another guy that I know, he goes by the name of Wither, and I never like stayed in touch with this guy because I was never really friends with him. But I do have Rec Room chat logs that do confirm that they have done sexual activities outside of Rec Room and I think in Rec Room. And he also explains that he was under 16 at the time, which is under the age of consent laws for the UK and USA. And I was never involved in these actions from them because I was more of just like a, you know, let's get tokens out of them and stuff like that. But I do have friends that were a part of this side of Floofy. Now, I don't know how many other um like children that Floofy has like done this to, and I've reported this situation to Rec Room a few times, and they can't do anything about it because what I'm reporting is Discord chat logs and nothing that has to do with Rec Room. Um, so I'm not blaming Rec Room staff for not doing their job. They are, you know, great at their job, and I completely understand why they can't take action on this player. So that's why I'm going to a video, is because I honestly don't know what else to do. Alright, so for this part, I do want to talk about, like, lies that have been told to me and a lot of other people, and honestly, it's more of just, like, how Floofy has been, like, a big pathological liar. And, you know, sometimes I get it, people lie, and that's fine, but the thing about Floofy is that whenever she lies about things, not only can it be really hurtful, but it happens all the time. Now, a lot of the things I've been told is things that have affected me and a lot of other people. Floofy has also lied about being a volunteer mod in Rec Room whenever they started, like, whenever they first met me, basically. And, I contacted Rec Room, like, mods, and I've contacted community helpers, and I've asked them, has this person been a mod? And they've told me no. And obviously, lying about being a volunteer mod isn't the smartest idea to do because Rec Room does not like people impersonating or lying about being a mod or dev or anything that has to do with being a part of like the Rec Room team, basically. Floofy has also lied about things that they have given to me. One of the things that they gave to me was a friend reward. Now, a friend reward is a reward that only volunteer mods have, and they gave it to me and I put it in my dorm room. And basically, I got banned from making rooms for like a whole month. I just could not make a single room. I couldn't update. I couldn't do anything. My rooms were under moderation. They had to go through all of them, which unpublished and published were like 200 rooms. And they had to go through all those. And eventually I was able to make my rooms again. And then I asked a like community helper about it, and they also said, they shouldn't have had this reward because they've never been a volunteer mod, and you know that's why my rooms are under moderation. Now, I could make a whole video going on about Floofy lying and just the things that they've told us that are not true, but honestly, that would be like a 5-hour video, so I'm not going to make one of those. So, in all, Floofy has lied about Rec Room, lied about, VMod, has lied about, you know, given items to people, just lied about a lot of things. Now, before I end off this video, I just want to remind you that you need to stay safe on this game, as even though that this is a great community and there's a lot of amazing people in it, there's a lot of people like Floofy that can do a lot to hurt people. And I also just want to remind you that be aware who you're friends with, because sometimes they will just, be completely who you think that they aren't. Oh, yeah, also, don't harass anyone in this video, as it's not a harassment video, it's an awareness video, and that's about it. Yeah.